So I guess we were thinking about topics we wanted to share with everybody this week, and for me, we had quite a bit of family funerals this past week, and I think one of the things that was kind of sticking out to me to talk about this week was just about dealing with grief and dealing with the passing of loved ones, because I felt like in our life, one, we live in Cali, two, we're Polynesian, and so I think we've seen a lot more death in our lives in younger family members than a lot of other people. Just because Cali is pretty dangerous. Like when we went to New Zealand, all my little nephews and nieces was like, "Hey, uncle, is it really like the movies?" I gotta do my New Zealand accent next when I talk about my family out there because it's a
Yeah,
dope
hey, that'll be
accent.
dope, Boost. It's the accent.
It's a dope accent,
Yeah,
bro. So I gotta try it.
yeah.
But they always ask, "Oh, does everybody have guns out there, uncle?" And it's like, oh yeah, honestly, man, everybody do, man. And like on the news, I mean, there's shootings all the time, and it's
Mhm.
pretty normal out here. And then for us to even know family members that have been killed by gun violence, gang violence, different types of things out here, car accidents. There's just so many things, different times that and unexpected events. And I think we just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about how to handle that for the youth, especially for us. I know one of the earliest memories I have is losing our cousin when I was on the mission. And that was kind of the first, like, I would say, unexpected ones. And then shortly after he passed away, then one of the other cousins, man, passed away as well. And so it was just a big kind of emotional hit for me when I was on my mission. I was in a different country, and then to hear that all my my little cousins, man, were passing away, and so I was just really sad to hear that, and I think it's important for us as Polynesians to kind of discuss how we deal with grief and how we're able to kind of pass that information onto the youth so that they can be able to deal with it in their own way as well. Just because it's easy to let it get to you. It's easy to have your mental health kind of drained when somebody close to you passes away at a young age or unexpectedly. And it's easy just to kind of turn down a path that will just take you deeper and deeper into like depression. So hopefully we can give some good advice and just share our experiences with you guys and be able to tell you guys what might be the best way to deal with that, deal with grief and deal with the passing of a loved one. And we just want to say rest in love to all our family members, all the loved ones that have passed away. And we still care about you guys, still miss you guys. And to everyone that's ever lost a loved one, we definitely know how you guys feel. And our thoughts and prayers are with all the family and friends that have lost someone close to them recently. So, yeah, hopefully this is a good episode for you guys. But cool.
All I got is a dollar and a drink. Oh yeah. So was you gonna roll on with me?
Yeah, grief. Grief is a whole, yeah, it's a whole, excuse me, grief.
Big topic.
It's a big topic, man, especially like what X said. It's grief, it's taken differently by everyone. Not everyone takes grief the same. You know what I mean? Some people are more emotional than others, and some people aren't. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, like those who don't really show much emotion during times of grief, we don't know, like, that doesn't mean that they're not like feeling it. You know what I mean? And like that's something I kind of like just my take on that as far as grief. Because growing up, like when we were in high school, I didn't really honestly I didn't really feel like I didn't really lose anyone else really close to me that I can think of. Well, actually, Justin J Swag was probably the first that
Mm.
passed away that I was really close to.
Right, right.
There were other ones that passed away, but I wasn't really that close
Mhm.
to them. I knew them like Jared Gardner, Kevin Tran,
Yeah.
but like those guys in high
Right,
school.
right, right. They
But
were
like
good people, yeah.
someone that I knew and that like it actually like hit me was
Yeah.
Justin.
Yeah,
Justin's death.
Swag.
And I remember you called me that morning. He was crying. You know what I mean? And it's like that right there was probably like one of the first I felt like grief, like with someone that I grew up with. You know what I mean? So it was like Justin, and there's more right now, but I can't think of it at the top of my head.
Right.
But yeah, Justin for sure, because like just the memories I had with him. You know what I mean? Like in junior high, like he was my ride home. He had his green bike. I don't know if you remember that bike. It was Justin's green bike, and he had pegs, right? And then I would ride, and then he'd hop in the back, and then we cut through Western, say what's up to X and everyone, and then we go home. You know what I mean? And then he dropped me off near the McDonald's, and then he would go to where the Del Taco is, and that was like our route every day. But like I said, like Justin was probably like growing up for me was probably the closest that like passed away. That where I started, where I felt like, oh man, it's hitting. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's different.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, everyone takes grief differently. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Well
crazy you
said.
say like when I think of grief, it just sounds like it's just a heavy burden word. You feel me? Because like when I think of grief, I think of like the worst times in someone's life is at that moment that they're feeling the grief. Because it could also hit you with depression, anything, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a good topic, man, especially with the tragic events like X was saying. One that comes to mind, man, with some of the families that lost their lives in the flood, dude. Shout out to the families, man, in Texas, dude. I mean, because that's devastating news and tragically something that just unexpectedly just happened out of nowhere, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this would definitely be a good topic and a good convo for us, man. And shout out to all the families that have lost loved ones and dear ones close to them. You know what I'm saying? And we hope that we can bring joy and happiness to you, man. That's the vibe. That's what we want to bring to you, man. To take away the thoughts of the grief. Okay, then.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, exactly, man. And just kind of share our experiences and how we dealt with things and what might be able to help other people. And so, like Cece said, his flag was definitely a hard one because he was the same age as Cece when he passed away. And then we lost a lot of people that were young, a lot of people that were taken before their time. And so I think with that experience, it kind of mm, just not made us like kind of used to it, but just understanding how to deal with our feelings and our emotions when we lose so many people that young and be able to kind of go through that process at a younger age. So I think going through that stuff, I think it's okay to like feel like you can share your experience, share your emotions with people that care about you. You don't have to keep it all in. Like Cece said, we all show grief differently. We all process it differently. But at the end of the day, we all need somebody, like we all need to let it out at one point or another. Like if you even if you don't show emotions like at the funeral or at the time things happen, like there comes a time where it builds up and then you just gotta like let it out. And I think it's important for all of us to kind of find a good friend, just somebody that we can be able to like let stuff out and emotionally release, because if not, it's just going to build up. And like we talked about with the mental health, that as Polynesians, a lot of times, well, the older generation, and no, nothing like against them, they didn't understand how to let our emotions out. They didn't understand how to talk out our emotions. And that's just how they grew up. But for us now, it's important to not hold things in. And even for me, like I'm not good at expressing my emotions at all, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for me to express my emotions. But thanks to my wife, I'm able to at least like recognize. Well, I still even don't even recognize it sometimes. My wife got to tell me, like, help me to be like, hey, you need to express how you're feeling. I'm like, oh, dang, you're right. I don't know. How do I express it? Or how do I change how I'm feeling into words to get it out and like get it out of my system? Because if not, it just boils up and it explodes, and that can come out in a negative way sometimes when your emotions are not released in a healthy way. So yeah, it was,
So like
I
what
think
that
a little bit.
so like, that's so cool, man. I mean, I might have to agree with you on that one, man, because when I'm in times of grief or sadness or feeling down, my wife is definitely 100% a good upper for me, man. You know what I'm saying? And she knows that, and it's like they just know what to say, man. And when times are rough for you, especially when the emotions are there. But so, like, you know what? I definitely agree with you guys on that, man, and how to being able to control those emotions. Because so, like, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you could lead you into a, like my grandma used to say, into a dark path without letting yourself speak. It's crazy, man. Like me, I like to talk to people and interact with people and stuff like that, but and I rather have somebody else feel happy and have a smile. But sometimes you think that the happiest people could be in grief
Oh
too,
yeah,
and they
percent.
just try to make you happy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that way it could take your pain away. But deep down, they're going through some stuff too.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, this is it's a cool topic to talk about, and I hope that those have those that have lost family and friends and stuff like that, man, that this will bring you a light. And what I mean to say is, for me, music is so key in helping me to control my emotions. You know what I'm saying? Me being able to sing, it kind of just, even though I'm going through that moment or that phase in my life where I'm at my lowest, and this goes for anybody that will be watching this, try to turn to music, man, because there's some things in life that you need, and either music or going to the scriptures that helps. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it, man.
Push. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
You good,
So
Sully.
like, you
You ain't
chilling
gotta
over there. It's all good,
apologize.
brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, X. Screw
Yeah.
you for picking this topic.
Hey, you know, I just brought it up.
No, but I appreciate you guys sharing like how you like take on like these mental struggles. You know what I mean? Like it's well, grief being the topic right that we're on right now. And yeah, I really like what Alonga said, right? About find find your own way. Not everyone has the same way,
Mhm.
right? Not everyone has the same way of dealing with grief. At the end of the day, you have to find like what's gonna help you. You know what I mean? Kind of like liken that into like learning. You know what I mean? Learning. Like someone needs to learn like want to learn something, especially if they just learn on their own through their own struggles. And then from there they can like learn and catch, oh, this is me. And I learned who I am just by doing it myself and like figuring out myself. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Mhm.
But I kind of liken that into like finding what makes you like helps you cope better with grief or whatever struggle you're going through with mentally. You know what I mean? And just to piggyback off what Alona said, for me, what helps me is exercise, man. And go on walks, going to the gym, which I just barely started doing this year. Hell was sick. But no,
You're looking good over there, Oos.
hey, thanks, Alona. But the reason why I'm getting emotional is because, and X knows, like with the passing of my daughter, I lost a daughter 3 years ago.
Dang, so I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
And I'll tell you what, I'll be back. Let me go
Yeah,
finish
handle.
and I'll come back.
Yeah, push.
My bad, Loma. I'll be back.
No, Sully, take your time, brother.
All right, I'll be back.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like I'm glad you guys both brought things up because we're all sharing from our own experiences. So, like you said, long as music is what helped you, what Cece said was like taking time out to walk and kind of focus on himself and learn about himself. And for me, it was really my wife had a huge help for me because I was able to kind of talk things out with her and have someone that would help me to understand what I'm feeling. Because a lot of times, so like when we were younger, bro, like man, it would just boil up our emotions, and we didn't know how to let it out. The only way we did was through our fists.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was like the
We
only
didn't have no
way.
self-control, Sully.
Yeah, for real, 100%. It was, and so definitely, I think for the younger kids now, mostly I just wanted to let them know that there's different avenues that you can utilize to kind of release those feelings that you have because it's hard. It's very difficult to lose someone that's close to you. And it's not easy, man. It's not easy to go through that at all, especially when it's something unexpected. But for me, like I said, my wife was my biggest help and something that had a positive effect on me getting through those times of grief. But then also, just having that belief, the religious background, and believing that we'll be with them again. Having that belief in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter day Saints and understanding that this isn't the end. So we will be able to see our family and be with our family again. So that for me has been like one of the biggest pieces of knowledge that has helped me kind of get through these different times of grief and times of depression because I know that, all right, well, it's not over. We do have to say goodbye for now, but we'll be able to be with them and see them again because of Heavenly Father's plan.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you know what? I definitely agree with you on that. It's crazy because I always think I always tell people this where, when they're going through something or whether it be grief or something that's a personal something that they're going through personally. But I always tell them that God never puts something in your way that you can't handle.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And
right.
I feel like that's so true though. It's just like we lose loved ones and that hurts. And that puts you in a state of depression. And but like you said, so like, you turn to God, man. You know what I'm saying? And leave everything with him. Just an act of faith, like you
Right,
said.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's kind of the cool thing though. Like I think for a lot of people is when they're going through something, they really want family around us.
Yep.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because they
Yeah.
just lost somebody that they love, that someone's
Right.
so close and dear to them. So now it's more of having family and be able to just enjoy and the memories.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is, man. Forget about the grief. Enjoy the memories of what you're or who you lost that day as a loved one.
Yeah. Truths. That's what we can hold on to is those good memories of spending time together with our family. And I think as Polynesians, I think I said a few episodes back, we are more understanding of like death and funerals and stuff. And so I think for us, it's more common because so I've been to being a leader or a bishop in the church, and I've been able to conduct or preside over a few different funerals already. And they're a lot different from the Polynesian funerals. There's some that are pretty well attended with a lot of family, with a lot of friends, a lot of people that knew the members. And then there's some that unfortunately, like, there's not too many family, or there's not like a lot of people that attend just because they don't have a big family. And so for me, it's a lot different. But the one consistent is that our belief in Heavenly Father's plan that we'll all be together again is kind of what comforts everybody.
Hmm.
And like my biggest worry for the kids and the next generation is just not finding an outlet for your grief or your depression and turning to like I don't want to say a dark path or a path that leads you to feel like taking your life or doing something to yourself because you can't deal with that guilt or that pain. Like we never want people to feel like that's the answer. We want you guys to feel that there's always a different path. Like we shared three different ones where CC is exercising and taking time to learn about himself and kind of clear his mind. And with Falonga, it's listening to music and being able to also take his mind off of things. And for me, talking with my wife, especially, and kind of looking out my feelings and understanding what's kind of going on and what is hurting, what the pain is. So there's all these different avenues, and there's tons more, and we'd love for anyone to share because like we said in like the first episode, if anything that we share can have even a small impact on anybody, one or two people even, we're always happy to kind of share our thoughts and be real and let you guys know from our own experiences. So hopefully this does help.
No, it's all well said, Us. So let's see. So I hope you're good over there, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's just excuse me. Yeah, when X talked about it, I was gonna like be like, oh, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Because it was like my situation. Because yeah, you probably didn't know how long, but my daughter passed away back in 2021. So my
Yeah, I
wife was
didn't know
nine
that.
months
So I'm
pregnant.
sorry to hear that.
She no, thanks, was appreciated. But so my wife was pregnant, like 9 months into the pregnancy, and then baby passed away. You know what I mean?
Dang, so
So sorry to the viewers for getting emotional right now, but yeah, that's basically what it was, Zeus. And how did I deal with it? God, turn to God. You know what I mean? Turn to
yeah,
God, and
so
I'm grateful for my parents who raised me to like keep my testimony strong. And so that's basically what kept me going was my testimony. You know what I mean?
yeah, so
And like of course my wife, and my other kids. So that's that's what kept me going was my testimony, and then like of that I'll see my daughter again. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, but yeah, long man, like X knows because I called X right away. I said it hurt, bro. Like
so
even though we didn't know her, even though we didn't know her, you know what I mean? Like she was born,
Still,
we didn't know her, but like,
yeah, bro. No, you know her, Rose.
you know what I mean?
Your parents.
But
she was coming down to some great parents, Zeus.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
you know,
and along the way, man, there were some complications, so but just know this, so that you're blessed to have your beautiful wife still here with you and all your other kids, so
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But always you always have your baby that you lost in
yeah,
your heart and together with that the communication that's key for you and your wife, so blessings on you, man, because Sole awesome. And I'm just going not going too deep or anything like that, but on some real shit, bruh. Sole, there is no word for a parent to lose a child.
mm,
There's a word for a woman or to lose a spouse or a man to lose a spouse, right? But there is no word for a grieving parent losing a
yeah,
child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Sole, for because it's just unheard of. You're supposed to your kids are supposed to outlive you. You feel me, Sole?
Yep.
yeah,
So and I know that you're going through it never it never gets easy because I know
Right, right.
June went through the same thing, so and that
mm,
eats at him too, so
mm,
you know what I'm saying. But all I can say, man, is so we love you. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah. Run it,
and
Rose.
I hope that your kids that you have now, you can see the fruit of your labors, the blessings
yeah,
that you have in the kids now.
mm,
For even though that you lost one, and I hope that those kids, your kids, bring you happiness
yeah,
to at least somewhat help. You know what I'm saying? So that
yeah. No, what man, I I really like what you said right now, Lola. Especially like with the point you brought up right now. There's no word for losing a child, man. That's
yeah,
deep,
so
and that's no, that's so true, man. You know what? I never thought about that until you said it. And then like what you said and explained right afterwards, bro, was like no parent should bury their child. You know what I mean?
yeah, so
I don't
that's a
couldn't
tough
agree
one,
more.
bro.
Yeah. And it's like and then my heart goes out to the parents who lose their kids like when the kids are like 9, 10 years old. Wait,
Yeah,
I mean not 9, 10 years old, but you know what I mean, right?
yeah,
Like who have lived a life already. Like I know my cousin lost her 9 year old recently, and I saw her at the wedding. Remember I told you guys about my cousin's wedding?
Yeah.
So I
yeah,
see my cousin at my cousin Paul's wedding, and bro, she was crying. My brother and I said hi to her, and she started crying right away. I mean, it's still
yeah,
in
so
here. And honestly, for me, it was like for me, it took me like maybe 2 years to get over that death. Maybe like 2 years tops that it took me to get over my daughter's death. And like I said, like even though I didn't know her or we didn't know her personally, it's still she's still our child. You know what I mean? And it's more of so like the kid has
Yeah.
that like
yeah,
kind of made us sad.
Right, right.
Not so much that, but like a little bit of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And dealing with that with that loss, bro. Like I told you guys, I turn to God. I'm grateful for my parents who raised me to like, hey, have a testimony that's what's gonna save you, and it did. My testimony really saved me, bro.
Yeah.
And of course, to help my wife, and we just supported each other, and my kids and my siblings. My siblings were really there for me, and my Uso ex was there for me always, and it's that support system as well. You know what I mean? That support system that's always a huge help, especially if you're going through grief.
Hmm.
Along that ex, you both mentioned about suicide, right?
Yeah.
Man, that should never ever be the avenue to take, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everyone's different, and always gotta have someone to talk to. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
nah, for real.
Yeah. It was, and like, I mean, we know people that have taken their own lives. And that's why I think it's important for us to get the message across to like you're never alone. To the youth, you may feel alone, but you know, reach out to people that love you and care about you because there's tons of people that love you and care about you. And so even though those feelings can overwhelm your state of mind, reach out to somebody, let somebody know your thoughts because I can 100% guarantee that they will tell you how they feel about you. And I think with Polynesians, that's something that we have to kind of get away from is not talking about our emotions or talking about how we feel because it affects you. Yeah. And so I think we just need to kind of understand that it's okay to let our emotions out and talk about things with people that we love and people that we care about because at the end of the day, they'll be partner with us and you'll feel that love from them. But I 100% believe that you can always kind of reach out to people and they'll return the love that they have for you.
Man, so that was beautiful, man. That was well said, Tilla. And one thing I wanted to touch on too was like when it comes to losing someone, I kind of one thing that I've kind of started doing ever since I lost me and my siblings, we lost our brother Swag, and it's been a couple years, man. But after Swag passed away, something that I do now ever since then is if I'm on the phone or when I'm wherever with my siblings and we're about to go our separate ways, even if I'm on the phone, the last thing that I always tell them is that I always say, "All right, I love you." You know what I'm saying? Or "I love you," or "I love you guys." You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I do that is because at the time when Swag was up in the hospital, it was like we didn't get to tell him that we love him. You know what I'm saying? And that right there sucks because they're sitting in there and there's nothing you can do if they're just laying on the bed and it's like, man, like you missed that opportunity to tell them that you love them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
ever since then, I've always carried that to me and to my siblings. And if if my siblings are on the phone and then I say, "Oh, I love you," and then they don't send it back, I'll go and call them right back. So just so they can tell me that they love me too. Because at the end of the day, man, let's be real. Once you lose someone, you ain't never gonna see them again. You know what I'm saying? Until the afterlife. And if you have a religious background, like ourselves here, we like Xavier said earlier, man, he mentioned this earlier, like that unless you have that religious background where you know that you believe that you will see them again. But for some people, they don't believe that. And that's okay. That's on their own terms. But we believe that we'll be able to see our families. And I just wanted to touch base on that, man. That was really cool how you piggybacked off of what Cecil was saying right there. X. That was cool.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
I think so. As far as like what you were saying right now, Lama, like with your siblings and stuff, did you guys already talk about like with parents, like the like not so affectionate and tell you I love you
A little bit. We
a
touched
little
on
bit?
it, Us, but
Yeah,
yeah, feel free to.
yeah. So like I had that type of relationship with my pops,
Yeah.
and you guys know my pops, you know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
He's a very macho machista type of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I can literally count on my fingers right now how the number actually with one hand the number of times that my dad said I love you. I think it was probably like 3 times from what I remember my whole life. You know what I mean? But that didn't but it's a in my opinion, it's a generational thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They kind of express their emotions and their love differently. And I feel like that's something that's been going on as well. And I don't mean to go on for that on another topic like, away from grief because there are like the families being attacked for sure.
Yeah.
Like the cutoff culture, like kids cutting off their parents
Mhm.
and just families fighting
Yeah.
all the time. We see that a lot now, and it's very unfortunate, man. And I feel like it has a lot to do with expressing emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You want to touch on that, Bishop?
Yeah, I understand. Like the family is like the most important thing, man. You think about all the things in your life, everything kind of ties back into the family. And like Aloma said, whether you're religious or not, like we all have a family. We all love our family. Or even like if you come from a family that you didn't feel that love or you didn't kind of have that family environment, like when you get older, you want to build that environment for yourself. Like so it's really like doesn't have to do with what religion you follow. It has to do with how we're made, how God made us to love each other and love our families. And I think the biggest difficulty we have, especially as Polynesians, is it's easy to express our love through our service by doing things like we talked a little bit about like lovers and stuff before, or like respecting our elders and doing service for them, taking care of them when they're older. But I think the verbal expression was not as common with our people as far as like expressing our feelings and our emotions. And I think that has a lot to do with the newer generation kind of having those mental health, not problems, but just are more in tune with their mental health. And but it's more common to see like depression and anxiety built up in a lot of the kids. And so I think it's important for us to understand how to deal with it. And with the older generation, you can't blame them for what they didn't know or what they didn't learn. All we can do is learn from what their mistakes were and then hope the next generation learns from our mistakes because we're not perfect and none of us are perfect, but we can only hope that the next generation understands what we did wrong and tries to take that and make it into something that'll help build their families and build those relationships. But yeah, at the end of the day, we all want to be with our family. We all love our family. We want to be together. But I think communication and expressing our feelings in a healthy way will go a long way to kind of building up those relationships and repairing those bonds that have been broken within the family. And that all kind of ties back into our mental health and dealing with grief and with difficult things that happen within the family. So yeah.
I like that, Oos. That was beautiful. Beautiful, brother. My bad, Cease. I didn't you can go. I was gonna say anything. I just wanted to say
Oh, it's
something.
all good. No, I agree, bro. We we kind of talked about this in the previous episode as far as like emotions, man, emotions, and just I'm just thinking out loud right now, just thinking out loud, like things that and along also like kind of piggybacking off what Alonga said about how everyone needs, not everyone needs, but like some people depend or they're they deal with grief like on a religious
Hmm.
perspective, which for us it's a really good like stepping stool or not stepping stool, but it's a really good way to help us
Hmm.
right get through grief. But that's just the way we were raised.
Yeah.
It's part of our culture, right? And grief, man, like this, it's a whole melting pot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a whole melting pot of things that that's like necessary.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when it comes to dealing with grief,
Yeah.
man, like you gotta even be humble. You gotta be
Yeah.
humble. You gotta be humble enough to accept what you're going through, humble enough to know that you need help in a
Yeah.
sense, right? Like with any mental situation, whether right that anyone's going through.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So like being humble and being able to accept and talking to someone
Yeah.
because some people just hold it in.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
hold it in and don't even let it out, and it just builds up, and
Yeah.
then it causes people to like react or do things right that they shouldn't do.
Right.
And I know that just kind of piggybacks off of what like you both are just
Yeah.
like talking about all night, but just add a little humility in there, man. Like be humble enough to know that you need help
Hmm. Yeah.
and express.
Yeah.
Man, typical Polynesian dads. I
Yeah.
know you, hey dad, like man, I'm kind of going through some. Hey, you'll be fine. Nothing's wrong with you, okay? You go clean up or something. That'll help your mental health. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I don't know. That's
Yeah.
just like something I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
it's
a good
normal.
that's a good one. It's
You know?
crazy that now that you're talking about that, it was saying since we're deeply into in this convo, which I agree. It reminded me of a clip, Oos, of this. I think the movie is called Emotions.
That
And
what is it? A cartoon?
yeah, it's a car. Is that what is it called Emotions?
Are you talking about a Pixar movie?
It might be with the girl with the emotions in her brain, or
Yeah, that's called Pray, bro. What about you? How many times?
It's not spinning out.
No,
It's not.
I
and
think
then
Inside out.
inside
Inside
out.
out. My bad, Usam.
it's
Inside out
inside out,
is
right?
I'm kind of
inside
hungry,
out
man. My
Yeah.
is
bad.
Hey,
Kind of
so
hungry.
yeah, so
inside out too, bro.
inside out too, where in this girl's brain, she, even though she's human, but they have like these characters in her brain that has each of them is an emotion.
Yep.
So like kind of like what you said, Us, where they're trying to figure out the mom and the dad and the mom is trying to figure out why she's so sad.
Yep.
And so the emotion sad, she was
Yeah,
with
sadness.
everybody, yeah, sadness with everybody around her. She just kept going touching these spears, and they're saying like, sadness, why do you keep touching the spears? And then she tells them, I don't know. She was like, I don't know why I keep. So they had this beautiful light, Us, and then she just went and grabbed her blue hand, and she went and touched the spear. Then after that, she freaking, she just, they're like, oh, you just gotta let her touch it. So when she touched the spear and it turned blue, it was because the girl was so sad that she moved, that her parents and her moved from left their hometown and moved to another spot.
No, man. Alonga, man. W's in the chat for Alonga, bro. That's part of the dude. That's a good comparison because I actually watched this movie a million times with my kids,
Yeah.
and when Inside Out 2 came out, they were very excited about that one too. No, but that's a good comparison, man. When you say that,
You gotta let
because
it
it's
out,
true, man.
Deuce.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like there's different emotions inside of us, right?
Yeah.
And we just gotta figure out like which one needs to be executed in order to like help us react. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie? Oh, you
Yeah.
have. Yeah, of course you have.
Inside Out and Inside Out too. Yeah, they're really helpful, man. To I think a good message to the kids to
Yeah,
again helping to understand your
yeah,
emotions and the different things that you feel and like expressing it
yeah.
because a lot of times it's just we just feel it and
Yeah.
then we don't know how to get it out. And I think I mentioned with Faloma earlier, like when we were younger, like a lot of times, or even now as adults, man, like when we don't know how to express it, it like comes out in a negative way, like you said. And when we were younger, it would come out like in a violent way. But now it's like we get angry. Like angry is like the first emotion that we feel because we don't know how to express it
Yeah.
any other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so crazy, dude. It's funny because like growing up, like I used to go to my cousins. I used to come sleep over their house. And I wasn't sure if this guy was like in grief every day, but sometimes he was happy, sometimes not. But one thing that I used to do was I used to just walk up into his room and I just go and hug him. I'm like, "What's up, Woos?" You know what I'm saying? And this guy just like, "Get out of here, dude." I tell him like,
Dude, for real though, bro.
and I'm trying to
That
think like,
was
is this guy grieving or it's like, what's going on here, dude?
silly. Like, yeah, when I was a kid, bro, or when I was in high school, bro, like I was like the maddest and like meanest. Like I'll always be mad, bro. Always be on something, man.
So
I
like
don't know why.
and you know me, this how we're so totally different. So like you over here, you just chilling in the room, and I just come into your room and I just come and give you a hug and I just lay on top of you. Remember I used to do that shit?
Yeah, bro. So like, the only people that will come in my room, like without who they don't even care, like, cause I would like always have my room locked, bro, and like just don't let nobody in there. And then the only people that would be in my room without me in there is this guy and Bingham.
Oh,
Like I'll just open the door, these guys are in there, like, what the heck are you guys doing in here, dude?
yeah.
And like
Hey,
Aloma said, man, he would come in and just like just be like trying to see what's up with me, man. And so I was like, man, now looking back, I was like, dude, why was I always like mad all the time and like grumpy, bro?
Hey, can I just piggyback off of something from
No,
Maluma?
not really.
Alonga, listen to this. One time we're kicking it at the house near Cyprus.
yeah.
Well, right, the only house, right? Bro, and then I'm in the garage, right? And then I'm in the bag. I'm in the bag, and he's like, "Hey, who's hold it for me?" So I go on the other side, hold it. You probably don't remember. I don't know if you do. And it starts boom, boom, start going hard in the back. I'm like, "Hey, man, what the heck?" And then I can just feel his aggression. I was like, "Man, I wonder what this guy's punching the bag hard about."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For real, dude.
Do you remember that? Like, be honest. Do you remember that? Like,
Oh, I don't know, man. I think I want to say I do. There's a lot of
Yeah,
times I'll just hit that bag,
yeah.
but
But first I was hitting you first, and then you said, "Oh, hold it for me." I was all right, and you were hella going ham on it. I was like, "Ooh, what the heck? Is this guy mad or something?" Yeah. So
Like,
like that like when you say that, Aloma, like that's what I think about. Like
yeah,
that
yeah.
one time he was hitting the bag, I was like, man, this got some pent up aggression or something, man.
for
Nah, so
real, bro.
Yeah.
Xavier's funny, man. Those are good times though. Always going to your room, you over there laying on the room, and you're just chilling on the bed, and I just come over there. Be like, what the heck? Like, those are good times, Zeus.
Nah, bro, but that's what I feel like. Like again, going back to how the youth can learn from our
Oh yeah.
experiences. That's
Yeah.
what for me, bro. Like these two are perfect. They gave perfect examples of like how I was like angry all the time, man. And then for me to look back, it was like, dang, man, why was I always so mad, bro? Like, even my parents, they were my pops would always be like, hey, why you mad for, man? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Jeez, I just mad. And then even I remember June, like June, I think he said like when the first he told Exodus, like the first time he saw me when he came over to the house, like I was like asleep on the couch in the front, and like I was like mad, looked mad when I was sleeping. And June was telling him like, dude, who's that dude? I don't want to mess with that guy. Like, looks like he wants to beat somebody up and he's sleeping.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, bro. So I'm grateful for my experiences though, and kind of being able to change from high school to now. But again, that's kind of the reason why we trying to look out for the youth because you don't want to waste your time being mad all the time, man.
Yeah.
Like enjoy life, enjoy your family, enjoy the memories that you can make with the people that you love. Because again, we never know how much time we have or how many memories we get to have with somebody. And kind of going back to like a lot of those was that we lost. Every time I would get a call early in the morning or get the like the information passed on to me that somebody passed away, it's like, man, it hits hard, man. It's devastating. And in that moment, it's just like it's like a wave of grief that hits you real quick. And you think about the memories and all the love that you had, and it's okay to feel that grief, but to not let it dictate the rest of your life because we have things that we have to live for, like our family, and we our life goes on. And the best thing that we can do is to live a great life that our family members would be proud of, that they passed on and know that, man, that's so they can look at us and be happy that we're living a life that they can be proud of.
So, man, that's
Yeah.
well said. Is I would have
Yeah.
to agree too. So, like, cause one thing I just want to say before I pass it over to Cease here, man, those that watch this, man, learn to control your emotions, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that plays a big role in grief and in any situation that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Because you never want something that you're going through that is there at that moment. You don't want it to affect you forever. You know what I'm saying? And holding that or feeling guilty about it. But just stay humble and control your emotions, man, and just enjoy life, man, and enjoy with family and friends and whatever thing that you're going through in life. And we, as a Pac Nation podcast, man, to the youth and to the family out there, man, we know we can't stress enough, man. Just show love out there, man, because it's all love around here at the end of the day, man.
Yeah. 100%. Along, I agree with you. And you know how they say, guys, like you really don't know until it
Hmm.
happens to you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Man, like man, excuse me. You really don't know until it happens to you, right? And then I think back to like my relatives and like friends who passed away. You know what I mean? And then like I couldn't say I'm sorry because I don't know how it feels.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And then I think about like my cousins too and like friends that I grew up with. Like I'm gonna bring up two examples, right? And I bring it up respectfully because I one is my blood relative and the other one is just a toko I grew up with, Meki Tafuna, Sasso. So
Hmm.
Tafa. Sasso's my relative. Man, that too, those two deaths too, I also took really hard
Yeah.
because like, they're like my little bros. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And so it's like I knew them. I grew up with them, and it was always all love. And like I said, those two deaths were also like other ones that I felt deeply. And then like I like think about like these brothers and stuff, and I look and I can't tell them like I can't tell you how I feel because I don't know how it feels to lose someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And same thing with my cousin
Lose your
Felicia,
brother. Yeah.
but I still felt the grief, like you said, like all the memories that I had
Right.
with
Right.
Sasso and Meki. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's still there, and I think that's what like made me like more emotional and like made me cry a little bit. You know what I mean? And so when it actually happens to you, man, that I wish there was like like no one's ever ready, no one's ever
No.
prepared for it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
bro, like when I was expressing to you both earlier about my daughter, bro, like bro, that hit like a brick wall.
Yeah.
It hit so hard, man. And then your ex,
Yeah.
I called ex too, and then man, that hurt, bro. That's the one pain that I've never been able to like handle. You know what I mean? Like it took me years to get over it, and like from time to time, like when I talk about it,
Yeah.
like those feelings will come back.
Exactly.
But what keeps me like staying positive is I'm gonna see her again.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean? In the faith
That's
that we're
right.
in, we believe we're gonna see our family again,
Yeah.
right? And so, and I've also talked about it with my bishop,
Yeah.
and he told me the same thing. Hey, Toko, bro, she doesn't like that you're grieving over here, man.
Yeah.
Like you have knowledge that you're gonna see her again. You know you're gonna see her again. Move forward.
Hmm.
That's what she wants
Yeah.
for you and your wife and your kids to be happy and to move forward. And she's your little guardian angel.
Yeah.
She's always gonna be there for you, your friends and family that you love. You know what I mean? And so I think that's something I can leave for the youth today as
Yeah.
far as grief. Stay close to God, right? X mentioned in a previous episode, we are God fearing people,
Hmm.
and we are. And I feel like God has been always been that guidance for us through any circumstances or situations that we've had that were hard in our life.
Right.
God has always been a helping hand there, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it wouldn't be fair for us to like acknowledge his guidance, right? His helping
Hmm.
hand in any hardships that we've gone through. You know what I mean? And so that's something like once again, I want to say to the youth, man, keep God, take your vitamins, eat
Yeah.
healthy, exercise, right? Because your
Yep.
body too is what you want to like take care of as well
Right.
to like function, right? To function and to move forward. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Fair use. So, like, what did you want to say? Anything, Lola?
No, Solo, you're good. It was good.
Yeah, it was, man, we could definitely, man, we could name off a long list of all the loved ones that passed away that we lost. And Sasha and Mickey were definitely, man, good kids, man,
yeah,
and got a lot of love for everyone, all the people that we grew up with, and those two were definitely very difficult losses as well and
yeah,
unexpected. But like I said, we could have a long list of people that we lost, and to different things, man, illnesses, gun violence, car accidents, gang violence, suicide. The list goes on and on of how many people and the different types of death, and it's still going to continue. Death is a regular part of life, and for us that are still here, it's really our responsibility. Like I said again, to just live the best life we can, and to find comfort in the memories that we have, the love that we had for our family members that passed on, and then be also able to kind of deal with the grief because it's just a short time. It's a short time that we all have here on this earth. And for us, what we believe in is that we'll be together with our families forever. Just like I got right behind my Uso Alonga right here, families are forever. That's our belief. And
yeah,
and that's what we hold strong to is being able to be with our family and our loved ones forever. So I think for all the youth, any youth dealing with losing somebody, look into something that might help you, whether that be religion, whether that be talking it out with somebody, whether that be working on yourself, whatever avenue works for you, or even hitting us up too, messaging us and wanting to talk to us a little bit about our experiences, a little bit more in depth, because we do have even more experiences that we may not share on here because it's very, very emotional. But we have those experiences that we're happy to share on a one-on-one basis and be able to kind of talk it over with anybody. But there's always somebody willing to listen. So reach out to them and reach out to people that you think, like Aloma said earlier, they may be happy on the outside, but it doesn't hurt to check in on all the people that you care about. Tell them that you love them, let them know you're thinking of them and checking up on them. And you never know what they're gonna say. You never know what's going on in somebody's head. And I think it's important for all of us to do that every now and then.
100% Us.
Well said, Obi-Wan.
Thank
That's your new name, Moose. Obi-Wan.
you. Thanks, Jar Jar.
Hey, my bad, guys. Man, that was I didn't honestly I wasn't expecting that, man. It just kind of happened.
No, pretty good, Oos. You
So
never
listen,
do.
Yeah,
like
It is what it is.
inside out, Oos. You're expressing your emotions, brother. It's okay.
yeah. Can I just say like one last like clip that's just to add on?
Yeah, you're good.
But I think I was telling you guys about it. But you know when the whole thing happened, right? With like my wife, like right along. I
Yeah.
was telling you earlier too, right? When the whole thing happened with my daughter dying, yeah, she was a stillborn, right?
Yeah.
She died at 9 months, right? And so like when that all happened, like the way I would say it the way I would say it felt like a project, right? Like you're doing a 9 month project, and then when it comes to the due date when your project's due,
Yeah.
your project not fails, but it just unfortunately something happens to the project.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how it felt for me. You know what I mean? When my daughter passed away. And
Yeah.
so like it and like I mentioned earlier, it felt like my whole world, our whole world just fell apart. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it was hard. It was so hard, man. It was an excruciating pain, I would say. Like man, like it was a man, it was a cry that I've never heard myself do before. You know what I mean? And it was just it was hard. It was hard. It's a pain that I would never wish on anyone, man. Not even on my worst enemy. You know what I mean? And so dealing with that pain, dealing with that pain, man, I'm grateful that for my parents who like raised me like to gain a testimony early in life, and that's what really helped me through that loss was my testimony, man, and just and like the support that I had. You know what I mean? From like my siblings especially. You know what I mean? And my boy X here and all my other Austin, like, all my other Usos and Tocos that I hit up and they were there for me. And and dealing with the grief, it was hard. It was really hard. Like no one ever wants to lose a child. No one should ever bury the child, right? Like you mentioned how long ago. And I really like that you said that. Like there's no word for a parent losing a
Right.
child.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool that you said that.
Yeah.
It's so true. You know what I mean? And yeah,
So
man,
you
it's
know
just
what? It's crazy, man. I mean, so that's what we're here for, though. That's what the podcast is here for. So you know, and don't ever feel that you have to hold yourself because we're being recorded. You know what I'm saying? So this is you.
yeah,
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So
exactly.
this is who we are, man. And
Right.
hell
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Just
I appreciate you being real, Soleil. Like I said, we'll edit out whatever we don't want to broadcast.
you better,
Yeah.
you better. This
I'll
guy
just,
didn't.
I'll just keep every part that you're crying, and every time that you're talking about why you're crying, I'll take those out. But whenever you're crying, I'll leave those in.
Freaking jerk. You're you're the same old jerk that told Alonga, what? What do you want?
Well,
After he gives
it's
you a hug,
always.
you're like, what do you want?
I don't know why I was always
So
like
that's
that.
so funny.
Is
No, but real talk, Usos, man, I appreciate it. Sorry again.
nah, don't be sorry.
Man,
Don't
That
be sorry,
was
Sully. We're chilling.
yeah. Hey, like there's just different things that we all deal with.
yeah,
We're all different and all go through different things.
yeah,
And it's not about comparing like whose grief is more or
yeah,
like it's just us being there for each other. Like grief is grief, bro.
Yeah.
You can't measure it.
Yeah.
And like you can't measure it to someone else
Yeah.
because you don't know how they feel or their relationship. You can measure within yourself, like, man, this is the worst pain I've ever felt. We can definitely recognize that. But as far as like saying like trying to measure our grief compared to somebody else's, like, no, it's never about that, man. It's just being there for that person.
pressing, yeah,
Like, even though we don't know how it feels, we can still be there for each other and show each other that we care about each other. And that like when that happened with Cece, I was like second guessing myself of whether I should go to the hospital to be there with them because I was like, man, I don't want to intrude. I don't want to be in the way. But then like again with Lo, she talked to me and was like, your brother really needs you. And I was like, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be there for him when he needs me the most. And so that's why we decided to go and be there for CC and Kai during one of their most difficult times, and because we can at least be there to help in that comforting and just kind of be an outlet for our family. And that's really what it's about. Just check on the people that you care about, check on the people that you love. And for those that, are feeling that way, we've repeated it many, many times, but it's because as Polynesians, we're stubborn, man. We don't want to listen. We don't want to talk things out.
Yeah.
We don't ever want to ask for help, especially when it comes to like emotions or our feelings. I was like we're just taught, and then we feel like, nah, I'm good. I'll just put it aside. But then again, just boils up until it explodes, and it's always in a negative way. So please, to everybody, man, dealing with grief, dealing with depression, dealing with these feelings, feel free to just talk it out with somebody, with us. If you feel like you ain't got nobody else, we here too. Church leaders, with friends, spouses, whoever that loves you or whoever is close with you, there's always somebody that is willing to listen.
Appreciate that, Bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do appreciate that, Us.
Yeah. Man, this episode.
Yeah, it's a lot of editing on this episode. Yeesh.
Man. Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys, man. The last time I cried was like a year and a half ago. Someone I can remember. But I haven't cried forever till now, dude.
Yeah, stop lying.
Tell her you ain't got a
No.
lot to kick it, Us.
No, but no, for real though, like I'm not trying how to kick it. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since like Kongi and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Tell her, hey, listen, Us, we ain't judging you over here, bro.
Okay, I cried yesterday.
I cried yesterday.
Really?
So that was pretty dope, though. Us. That was what I'm talking about. That was a good topic right there.
Yeah.
Topic of the evening.
Topic of the evening. But yeah, just something I've been thinking about the whole week with a bunch of different funerals going on, family funerals, and some we couldn't make it, but we still got love for the fam, and we sent our love, and definitely want to spread that information and that knowledge of don't try to take things on your own.
Mhm.
Always try to find an outlet, whatever works best for you, and kind of let your emotions and your feelings out in a healthy way, healthy manner.
Yeah, I agree. And that's also like taking on things like emotion wise, but also addiction, but that's for another episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That could
for
be
real.
a whole nother episode too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
So I think that's
I think-
amazing, Us.
Yeah, sure. Sick useless. But thanks again for everybody for tuning in for this serious episode of the PAC Nation podcast. But we hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully that it does resonate with whoever's going through something and going through a difficult time in their lives. We hope to be there for you, and hope that this advice can kind of get you through whatever difficulties you're going through. So like and subscribe below, and hope to see you at the next episode. I'm X.
I'm CC.
And I'm Aaron.
Thanks again for joining. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace out. All I got is $1 and a drink. Oh yeah. So what you gonna roll